everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Lydia Nakazawa here, and today we're going to be getting into some VTuber newsy news. But before we do, please make sure to smash subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like, share with your dog. Also, I'm feeling much better. Thank you all for your kind words and your well wishes. I'm feeling a lot better now, so thank you so much. Meow, meow. All right, on to our very first piece of newsy news. This is Nyatasha Nyanners, and Nyanners is an independent female VTuber, voice actress and singer, and she is well known for her gentle voice and rap music covers. So why are we talking about Nyanners? Well, something not so great happened to Nyanners. So this is posted on Twitter/X. It says streamer bans. Twitch partner Nyanners has been banned. No way, this is insane. How did this happen? I'm not sure if I can show this on YouTube, but it's pretty lols. Okay, all right, so this is what Nyanners did. This is posted on her Twitter/X account. She says, this was apparently the reason for the ban. I'm sorry, Mr. Twitch, and sorry everyone for the trouble. I slapped too close to the sun and got burnt, but I will rise from the ashes. I'll return soon. So essentially, she was doing a slapping simulator. As you can imagine, this has the exposed hips, which Twitch does not like. Long story short, this is what happened. Twitch is just so ban happy lately that like you kind of understand. Okay, so this is posted on the virtual YouTuber subreddit and posted by Cherry Bomb, and it says Nyanners banned from Twitch for playing a meme game where you slap a 3D butt. Let's see what the good people on Reddit got to say. Lils the Dolly says, I'm sorry, but a straight up ban is crazy. Not even a warning or anything. Panda Girl says, they can't even keep their own rules consistent. They specifically put a clause that those kinds of stuff is okay in the context of the game, but they still banned her for it. V-Chip says, 3D butt is bad, but gory and scary horror games for Spooktober are good. If we're being honest, I mean, it doesn't really matter how big of a content creator you are. Twitch Daddy will still strike down the ban hammer. Anyways, long story short, that's what happened to Nyanners. So if you're wondering, where is Nyanners? Go support Nyanners on Twitter till this gets sorted out. It's not really clear as to how long the ban is. Okay, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is Minato Aqua. Minato Aqua was a female Japanese virtual YouTuber who associated with HOLOLIVE. She has graduated. If you miss Aqua, this is her indie profile. It's Yuki_Sakuna, and she has amassed over 300K followers on Twitter/X, which is incredible. It's finally giving what her model looks like, because before we just got a sneak peek of the bow, but here is the actual model, which is super cute. And this is the trailer. There's a teaser PV released. It says, nice to meet you. I'm Sakuna Yuki. I'm looking forward to talking with everyone. Be sure to check it out. She's going to be debuting on October 27th around 20 o'clock. So this is the actual trailer itself. Let's take a look. Okay, wow. Look how cute. Oh my goodness, the little fish. Definitely go check her out if you're a big fan of Aqua, because she's going out on her own as an indie and she needs your help now more than ever. This is the waiting room. I'm going to remind everyone, it is October 25th and this is happening on October 27th. So like the chat is bussin'. Everyone's super excited. There are people around 2,000-ish people in the waiting room. I'm sure more people will come closer we get to the date. Here is the Furusanji subreddit about it. It's posted by CAD202. It says, Sakuna is making a comeback, debuting this Sunday. And it says, it's a nice touch how she just removed the blue part of her hair from her corporal persona and already getting 100K plus subs. Look at this, 231K as of filming. I'm sure it'll go up too. Jack React says, seeing holos reincarnates feels really strange. I know that behind the scenes corpos aren't the paradise might look like from the front, even HOLOLIVE, and there are probably tons of restrictions and rules to follow. But you really gotta wonder what level of disagreement is required for someone to quit a 2 million plus YouTube career and start fresh while being unable to cooperate with any of your friends in HOLOLIVE. I'm happy for her though. And then Snow says, Aqua fan here. She did everything she wanted in HOLOLIVE and is satisfied with her life as Minato Aqua. Aqua witnessed 5 HoloFests, has 2 unique 3D outfits, performed in 3 solo concerts, released 15 plus original songs, has 1 game under her name, and joined various big sponsorship. If I need to compare, AKB48 used to be the top idol group in Japan pre-2017, yet Made Aksuno still graduated. She graduated in 2012 when she was the absolute center of the group, with the reason being looking for new opportunities. Graduation is not really black and white. You don't need to graduate because the situation is bad or unfulfilling. You can graduate even if you are satisfied with the company. Aqua said before, HOLOLIVE is what makes her feel confident and have more self-esteem. She'll forever have high regards for them. So if you like Aqua, go support Sakuna. Okay? Excellent. All right, I'm glad we had this talk. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is Doob, or Doobie 3D. And if you are not aware, graduated from HOLOLIVE, became Doob. So Doob is officially debuting on October 25th, which is today. So this is the waiting room here. So if you are a big fan of from HOLOLIVE, this is her new debut under her indie persona. Okay, guys? All right, so it is scheduled for October 25th, which is today. So definitely go give her some support if you haven't already. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is Yorza Mel. Yorza Mel was a female Japanese virtual YouTuber associated with HOLOLIVE, debuting as part of the first generation. Okay, so why are we talking about Yorza Mel? So Yorza Mel's graduated from HOLOLIVE as well, and is also making her debut as an indie VTuber debut coming soon. So this is going to be happening on October 31st. That is Halloween at 21 o'clock. So this is Rika. Yorza Mel became Rika, and this is where you can see on YouTube. If you are a big fan of Yorza Mel, go check out Rika, okay? We're supporting our ex-corpos, okay? All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is Vermillion, and Vermillion is a male English virtual YouTuber affiliated with NIJISANJI EN 7th Wave Exio. So why are we talking about Ver? Well, guys, there is a little bit of a hiatus. So this is posted on the NIJISANJI EN official Twitter/X account, and it says, notice hiatus of Vermillion. Thank you for your continued support of NIJISANJI EN. Starting from October 27th, 2024, JST, Vermillion will be going on an indefinite hiatus in order to focus on his studies and health. And he will have his last stream on October 26th at 10 p.m. JST, where he will be releasing his third lore video and second outfit. Hiya, it's about time. He left this message for his villains. I'll see you soon, promise. Thank you always. Her will still be active on X, joining collabs and projects during the hiatus. Everyone at NIJISANJI EN fully supports his decision and will be cheering him on as he focuses on personal growth. We hope you will continue to support him in his endeavors. Thank you for your understanding. Yeah, I think that's totally fair. For the first time, it doesn't sound like anything super nefarious from NIJI, which is a shock. But anyways, let's see what some of the people on Reddit got to say. Bat God says, before anyone speculates, Alban went on hiatus but did return. So in order to not cause speculation, Ver has also posted as well. So it's posted on the Kurosanji subreddit by the Toxic Corgi, and it says, Ver clarifies some things about his hiatus. Ver says, hi, before any speculation begins, this hiatus was a long time coming and was already discussed with my fans. As to why, basically, I'm a little overburdened with school and work at the moment, so I need to take a step back and focus on those. I'll be sharing more details on my last stream on the 26th. Thank you always for your support. Sincerely, your Kaichu. Streetlight says, not gonna lie, feels like the talents are aware of this subreddit or the current NIJI image of both talents who go on hiatus have to specifically address speculations. And to be fair, they should. I mean, when you leave things really vague, people have to come to their conclusions, right? So like, it's good that there's definitely more transparency. Millie says, and this, people, is how you stop speculation. Short, straight to the point, kills all vague posting powers. Agreed. And then here it says, yes, no one can trust even a single word of NIJISANJI. Anything they say is basically vague posting. Hiatus? What if the liver is being fired, but we don't know yet? Might have told a manager he smells. The point is, the shadow bans were real and the trust is eroded. Long story short, it's good that there's some transparency here, but you can see why there needs to be transparency because NIJI has just eroded the trust of the fan base to the point where they need to be straight into the point because people don't trust NIJISANJI, and there's good reason why. Nothing sus going on here, which is great. And Ver, hope you have a great break and focus on what you need to focus on. Excellent. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. So I'm going to preface this next part by saying, I realize some people might not be happy with this next subject, but just keep in mind, I'm just telling you what's happened, okay? So don't shoot the messenger. Every corporation has a little bit of skeletons in the closet here, okay? This next part is about HOLOLIVE, because I know HOLOLIVE is beloved by a lot of people, but at the end of the day, they are still a corporation, and corporations can make mistakes, okay? Nobody is perfect, myself included. Okay, so this is a Twitter post from the Japanese Trade Commission, okay? This is translated by Google, so it's going to be machine translated. Not going to be perfect, but okay. So this says, recreating content violates the Subcontract Act. Cover Corp Limited has subcontractors who were outsourced to create illustrations and other materials used in VTuber videos and the like redo the work free of charge, even though the subcontractors were not responsible. For this reason, we issued a recommendation to the company based on the Subcontracting Act. So this is posted on yumori.co.jp. And it says, Japanese Fair Trade Commission advises HOLOLIVE, the company that manages VTuber Gargura, to prevent reoccurrences of violations of the Subcontract Act. On the 25th, the Japanese Fair Trade Commission issued a warning to Cover, a video distribution company listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange growth section, to take measures to prevent reoccurrence of a violation of the Subcontract Act, prohibition of redoing, for having creators make design and other corrections free of charge in relation to virtual YouTubers, VTubers who are active online. According to the announcement, between April 2022 and December last year, the company unfairly demanded that 23 businesses commissioned to design and produce VTubers change the character designs and movements. The businesses delivered the products in accordance with the purchase order, but were ordered to redo the work a total of 243 times, with reasons such as the hair movement should be smoother and the body shape is unbalanced. The company did not pay the businesses any additional work fees. It says 19 businesses, or roughly 80% of the creators, were sole proprietors working as freelancers. They had not paid the original subcontractor fees set at the time of ordering until all rework was completed, and the Japanese Fair Trade Commission instructed them on this as a violation of the Subcontract Act, prohibition of delayed payment. Following the JFTC's warning, the company paid about 1.15 million yen in interest to all businesses for the late payments. It also calculated the outstanding balance for redoing the payments and said it would pay as soon as possible. Founded in 2016, the company operates HOLOLIVE Productions, a major VTuber agency. It has many popular characters, including Gargura, who has over 4.5 million YouTube subscribers, the most of any VTuber in the world, and its annual sales for the fiscal year ending in March 2012 reached approximately 30.1 billion yen. Okay, so that's a big problem. So this is Cover's statement regarding the case. So this is posted on the Cover Corp website. It says recommendations and guidance from the Japan Fair Trade Commission based on Subcontract Act. Today, Cover Corporation has received recommendations and guidance from the Japan Fair Trade Commission based on the act against the delay in payment of subcontract proceeds, etc., to subcontractors, the Subcontract Act. These recommendations have been issued to Cover, was found to be in violation of provisions of Article 4, Paragraph 1, Item 2, delay in payment of subcontract proceeds, and Article 4, Paragraph 2, Item 4, prohibition of improper changes to work or rework. We would like to offer our sincerest and deepest apologies to our contractors and all related parties for any inconvenience or concern we have caused. The transactions subject to the recommendation are orders made between April 2022 and February 2024, of information deliverables, primarily the creation of live 2D and 3D models that considerably inconvenience contractors by requesting of them an excessive number of revisions or prolonging the conclusion of projects as a result of incorrect wording in written order specifications and instructions. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused by any payments that were not processed in due course. To provide background on the situation at the time, the number of transactions we were managing increased significantly during the period above due to the rapid expansion of our business, resulting in oversights and lateness when dealing with contractors and deficiencies in our internal structures and employee training. Accordingly, we are currently making improvements in all areas, such as the hiring of new staff and revising the workflow of transactions, as well as the reformation of internal structures, including improving internal announcements during staff training. We have already settled all late payment interest for those transactions subject to the recommendations. However, we will continue to provide updates on any matters that arise in the future as soon as possible. Here at Cover, we are taking these recommendations very seriously and take full responsibility for our actions. We recognize that with the new Act on the Improvement of Transactions between Freelancers and Undertaking, commonly referred to as the Freelance Act, scheduled to take effect from November 2024, we are required to have structures in place to ensure that transactions with all of our creators and contractors can be conducted smoothly and carefree. Therefore, we will continue to make improvements to strengthen our compliance and prevent any reoccurrence of the aforementioned violations. In addition to complying with all laws and regulations, we intend to strengthen our internal structures and improve preventative measures for monitoring, as well as continue to have directors and employees undergo further training. That is a beautiful statement. That is exactly what you need to do. You need to be like, hey, we apologize. We're taking this seriously. We take full responsibility and additional training is going to happen. That is the correct response. This is posted on the virtual YouTuber subreddit, and this is posted by Chikosai TL, and this spells it out in further detail. We're going to read the rest of this, and then we'll share our thoughts. Okay, the JFCT's official statement brings up details on 3 specific cases. Case 1, cover ordered from a single subcontractor on April 8th, 2022 for a live 2D model. The subcontractor delivered on April 18th, 2022, but cover demanded 7 redos that were not based on the original design order without any compensation. Of the 7 redos, 3 were requested past the 7-day inspection period after delivery written in the contract. Out of these 3 redos, 2 were done on request by the VTuber after cover had notified the contractor that the contract was complete. After all this was done, cover, forgetting to properly do accounting, paid for the order on December 27, 2023, 619 days after the original delivery. Oh my God. That's like 2 years later. Oh my God. Case 2, similar to case 1 with unpaid redos stating with the original order on October 27, 2022, but cover notified that all checks by company and talent are complete 277 days after original delivery, despite the inspection period being 5 days after the delivery. Payment was also not done for another 35 days. Case 3 follows a similar story with unpaid redos starting with the original order date of January 24, 2023, but cover notified that the live 2D model was delivered 230 days after its original delivery, despite the fact that cover had started using the live 2D model around 2 months after original delivery on stream. Wow. Payment was done after another 36 days. Oh my God. Okay. And it says edit 3. Umashiro, Omaru's Polka's illustrator, shares his views. This is a common occurrence in the live 2D industry. No one knows the rules. Most illustrators don't know how to draw for live 2D models. Some riggers want layers done in certain ways and such, and many clients don't realize that. Coordinating this should be the client's responsibility. What happens when that's not done? It's all thrown on the illustrator. Do people offer to pay for redos not based on the original order from the beginning? Definitely not. That's how things are. VTubers often ask for changes after coloring has been done. This happens more often when there are more people in between. And it says there are many other companies that are worse. The important part is that the redos were not part of the original design order. Large corpos that have the numbers are not necessarily always good, but they tend to be better with this kind of stuff. And it says some people actually think that this should be done for free, not joking. Not to take the blame off them, but it feels like this case is being used as a warning. Well, creators, you are entitled to ask compensation for work that's not in the order. People have asked about this kind of stuff before. It feels like many people had/are having this kind of trouble. See what some of the people on Reddit gotta say. Ushi says, as it's included in cover statement, I think it's important to point out that there's a new law that will be enacted next month in Japan regarding contracts with freelance workers. There have been PSAs on trains regarding it as well. This kind of practice is common occurrence, but many freelancers are not aware of the laws that protect them. Conversely, many clients aren't aware of the rules that they have to follow. Personally, as a freelancer, I never faced this issue, but orders that involve multiple parties, coupled with a client that is a giant in the industry, will lead to these issues being exacerbated. Cover is definitely in the wrong, but this was also probably used to make an example with the aforementioned context. Almost Clever says, looks like Cover understands that much of their popularity stems from their positive public image and isn't interested in trying to drag it out or fight the fines. That's fair. Okay, Minus says, it's not about the mistakes you made, it's about what you do to resolve them. Commission work for art like this is rife with situations where adjustments need to be made, even repeatedly, and doing it at scale on the expanding rate that Cover has will only complicate things. It shouldn't have to get to this point. But if they are going to make good on their promises to pay what they owe and reduce the likelihood of this happening again, then all will be well. And then A says, a side note, Japan's FTC is actively investigating such cases in response to the new law passed last year that protects freelance interests. A list of investigated and disclosed companies in this year. Cover is the latest one announced today. Ko the Kid says, this looks simple from Cover's perspective, but it sucked to be the freelancer. Having to redo a few hundred times would not be a fun experience while not being compensated too. I really hope they improve and follow the rules and pay them on time with the requests that they asked after this. This can't be normalized at all. At least now it's getting better, and I really hope that they never do this again. Also, this story has also gained traction in like the actual Japanese news agencies. So this whole story is kind of bigger than the VTuber sphere itself. In Japan, a lot of freelance workers get exploited. A lot of like manga artists, like artists in general, they get exploited, right? So these laws have come in to protect them, right? Imagine, if you will, you are an artist in Japan trying to, you know, pay your bills, and you're like, oh my God, I got Cover as a client. This is gonna be great. And then Cover not only demands so many revisions from you, but then they also don't pay you on time. Like, as an artist, imagine how you feel, right? Like it sucks. It sucks because if we think about it, guys, artists are very important in the VTuber industry because artists are the people who draw your avatars, right? I know that like some artists can be a little bit demanding, but you can kind of understand why. Because if you get taken advantage of one too many times, you're like, okay, these are my terms of service because I don't want to get effed over again, right? You can kind of understand why. Cover did an oopsie. They apparently are going to pay on time and they're going to do training. So, I mean, that is the correct response. That is absolutely the correct response. It sucks that it happened, though. The faces of Cover that you fell in love with were drawn by freelancers, right? Something happened at Cover, okay? Because like something that we really don't know about happened at Cover. One, we got people leaving and releasing their PLs. Two, we got artists who are not getting paid. Something weird is happening. And yes, Cover has an amazing PR. They have an amazing image. However, they're still a company at the end of the day. It sounds like they're actively working to make sure that this doesn't happen again. However, the fact that it happened is like kind of the sad part, right? At least the artists are finally getting paid, which they rightfully deserve. The art that's used at Cover Corp is so cute. So it's so well made. It's definitely a frustrating situation because you want everyone to be able to pay their bills and be fed. That's what's happening with Cover Corp. So don't shoot the messenger. Don't hate me. I'm just telling you this is what happened, okay? Excellent. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is a weird piece of news. I don't understand why. I mean, it's interesting, but I really don't understand why American politics and VTubing have somehow like become hand in hand. Anyways, so this is on Twitter, and it says, this is from Lucius Merriweather, and it says, Bernie Sanders, our studios would be happy to make a VTuber model for you for free. You can be anything you want. So it says, an anime cat boy just taught Bernie Sanders what VTubers are during a Twitch stream. So yeah, it was interesting. So essentially Bernie Sanders was on like a Twitch stream with like 4 other content creators. Eventually, I think Mark Hamill ended up joining as well. It was like, I will say, it was probably one of the weirdest streams I ever watched. But anyways, yeah, there you go. VTubers and like political figures in America are like somehow like getting along, and it's very confusing. The internet is a wild and wonderful place. So I'm not a political channel by any means. I'm Canadian. Listen, I don't know what's going on over in America. But anyways, I just thought that this was a funny story. But yeah, Bernie Sanders now knows who VTubers are. So yeah, do with that information what you will. All right, on to our next piece of newsy news. This is Alicia. So Alicia, VTuber, was a Twitch partner, 190K YouTuber, and a rat queen. So we talked about Alicia before because Alicia was having problems with a hacker who ended up hacking 190K YouTube channel, which is horrible, absolutely horrible. So just to give you some context, this was Alicia's tweet from October 18th saying that my entire YouTube channel had been hacked, not one but both, and that was Alicia Life and Alicia Death. The person changed my email, changed my 2-factor authentication, and even now has changed my AdSense. This is my job and income. Please help me deal with this urgently. So this was from October 18th, which we covered in a previous story. However, there's been some new updates here. So this is Alicia's Twitter. It's posted on October 24th, and Alicia says, "Are you kidding me? I got hacked. You acknowledged that I got hacked. You reinstated one of my channels, but my other one you declined for scamming? Hello, they are both hacked under the same email. I filed for both accounts the same way. This is beyond ridiculous. Team YouTube, you said not to contact you and go through support, but the support said to contact you at Twitter if there are further issues. So, hello, buddy. Why are the hackers allowed to ruin my life, my job, my main income?" So here, this is the screenshot that Alicia posted. your channel won't be put back on YouTube. We've taken a careful look at your channel again and confirmed that it violates our community guidelines policy. We recognize it's disappointing news, but our goal is to keep the YouTube community safe and supported, which is, you know, canned response, which is not cool. So Alicia continues saying, hello, you aren't done. Don't send me a completion survey. You didn't reinstate my channels. I still have one removed. I just want Alicia X Life channel back. YouTube. This is like, man, is this not like rubbing salt in the wound? You know, it's like, how did we do today? Smiley face or frowny face? It's like, get the hell out of here. Like, honestly, it's so frustrating. Okay. I totally understand the frustration caused here. Let's continue our convo via DMs. So finally acknowledge, please fix this now. And this just sucks. Oh my God, I hate that. I hate when they send out a survey. You're just like, buddy, like you're not even close. You're not even close. So this is Alicia, further update saying, addressing misinformation and the hacking. I am exhausted. This video covers everything. So this is the video in question. This is on her Alicia Death, which is the channel that she was able to get back. Thank goodness. So I encourage you to check out the video where she explains how she got hacked. Okay. So guys, for this next section, I have something prepared here that I'm going to read to you. So in this video, she explains she got hacked by a hacked Discord account sending a link to a fake DocuSign website. She doesn't go into full detail on the hack. However, in order to protect future creators, I'm going to explain to you exactly how the hack actually works. Alicia mentioned she didn't download a PDF, but the exact file being a PDF, link, exe, etc. Ultimately, it doesn't matter. What matters is you, the victim, unintentionally downloading and executing malicious code, which actually allows the hackers to steal your session tokens on YouTube and therefore trick YouTube into thinking they are you. I know session tokens might be a confusing term for someone not familiar with web programming. So the easiest way I can explain it is if you think of it as a unique verification ID shared between you and the host, in this case, YouTube. The host, aka YouTube, trusts you are you as long as you present this unique ID, similar to a driver's license. This isn't special to YouTube. Nearly every website you visit has session tokens. Regarding the hackers, they don't need your password or two-factor authentication once they've stolen your session token because YouTube thinks that the hacker is you. After all, they have the unique ID YouTube assigned to you at the time of logging in. After this happens, they can freely access your entire Google Suite and change your account credentials. This has been happening for several years on YouTube and is not something new, unfortunately. The delivery of these corrupted files is not exclusive to fake sponsorship emails. It's just one of the many ways hackers can deliver the file. It can even be delivered to you via automatic downloads, so if you allow unprompted downloads, disable that too. They can send these malicious files via Discord, website, email, you name it. You can even download it thinking it's something else. There are so many ways, I cannot capture it all in this simple explanation. So, long story short, please be careful where you download files from. Tangentially related, anything posted in a public forum is open for discussion. There was some pushback here regarding needing to ask for permission to talk about what happened. While I appreciate the feedback, please keep in mind, anything people post publicly can be seen by anyone and could be subject to people speaking about it. The reason I spoke on this subject was for the education and protection of the VTuber community as a whole, as well as raising awareness for the content creator who did not deserve their hard work stolen from them or not being taken seriously by YouTube. If you don't believe me, please go back and reference my old videos where I advocated for this person. Knowledge is power, and by not speaking about these issues, people are unaware it's happening. Always try to remember that big creators can make noise on Twitter and maybe get their accounts back. However, small creators do not have this luxury. Even someone my size could be taken out in an instant and have no recourse because I don't have the social pull larger creators do. Please stand behind your content creators if this happens to them, as it is a very difficult time. Remember, for every one person that gets their account back, many others do not. YouTube has a broken system, and if we talk about it enough, maybe things will change. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for listening to my statement. I had to write it out because I wanted to make sure that I said everything that I wanted to say. I do the VTuber news because I feel that it is important to speak the truth. And yeah, misinformation is not okay, It is so prevalent on the internet. So I try my best to come from a perspective, honesty and goodness and kindness. So long story short, yeah, please support your content creators. Anyways, guys, that is it. That's the end of the VTuber Newsy News. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a fabulous day and a wonderful weekend. Take care. I love you. Mwah! Bye-bye. So much for watching the video. Shout out to my patrons that help make these videos possible. If you want to help support the channel, you can always join me at Patreon, subscribe to me on Twitch, or become a member on YouTube. I also have links to merch in the description below. As always, I appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!